What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night happy hour, Friday maybe for some of you, depending on where you are located, time permitting, etc. It's me, Monk. It's your boy Lou. I think he's at the Chow Hall right now, possibly the last couple minutes of his rec time. I think he's getting dragged back. We'll see about that, but he is here. I am here, and UFC Vegas 89 is here. That sounds good. Butter chicken and naan. What is up, Mischief? We got Kiwi. We got Marley in the house. Big Marley, the Chronic Combat Conversation boys. What is up? Free Lou. Exactly. We got Brady in the house as well. What is going on? And we're gonna do our best to break down UFC Vegas 89 from a DFS and betting perspective. So there he is. How was rec time, Lou?
The what, sir? The warden.
You looking forward to this one?
I call myself like Toby or some shit right now. This is This is a weird card for me because I only have 2 bets, and then there's a bunch of things we're going to talk about where call it like gambler's instinct. We're like I can't bet a fight that like I'd usually bet. Like we'll get to it. Like just as a spoiler, like the Billy Q fight with Zalal, where I'm like spots that are typically like, of course I'm betting this, where I'm like, my balls are telling me do not bet this fight. But we got basketballs going on. I'll tell you right now, for half an hour when the tournament started, I felt like a genius, and I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, you didn't watch any college basketball this year. So like, and speaking of college basketball, Patty Mac in the chat.
Here we go.
Who I saw as recently as, I don't know, 6 hours ago. So Patty knows that this is my Jordan flu game of like doing a show. But let's go, son.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Everybody back in the motherfucking house.
Like on this video.
Hey, by the way,
stream,
anybody just,
etc.
Every tell the kids to go to bed.
Yeah, it's past their bedtime. It's a school night.
Where's my goddamn sombrero?
Do you need one for this?
For the Padilla fight, I feel like probably.
Well, that's true. You got some time. That's like the 7th fight.
It's fine. I'll find it. Yeah, it's like Mexico versus Peru. It deserves a sombrero.
That's true. That's true. Mick Parkin needs a sombrero before he gets burned just stepping out into the sun. The big Englishman.
Good job, dude.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Very nice.
Against Muhammad Usman, the little brother of Kamaru. Plus 100 doesn't go. Minus 130 does go. Minus 140 for Mick Parkin. Plus 120 for Usman. 84 and 78. I'll start this one off. Usually I love big low level heavyweight fights, man. Love it for DraftKings. This one not so much. This one not so much though. These dudes just go to decision. The one finish Usman had, he scored 85, which is the most points these guys have scored overall. I just think this one goes to decision, and I just don't think anybody scores well, even at 84-78. The mid-range is kind of hot garbage in my opinion this week. Yeah, I think so too, man. I like Usman here, most likely. I don't know. It's probably a coin toss. I just think the winner gets 75 to 85. Not much. What do you think? Who has the bigger takedown upside? Is it Usman here? Do you think Parkin can stuff the 3 takedowns Usman's gonna throw at him?
Nothing gets me more excited than a fat block of cheese going against a scrub younger brother. and I forget who said this. It might have been Storgarian, but like, if you swap this with the co-main, wouldn't really be surprising. Like, if they're gonna, wouldn't matter. If you're capping based on like Parkin's like last fight against Machado, he was like fucking horrendous.
Yep.
But I think he's got like a more well-rounded skill set here. Like, I'm never betting this fight. Like, if you're gonna bet, I like the overs. I think Parkin's content to get takedowns. I don't see him being like a massive threat on the feet. Usman is going to be a threat to win minutes against the cage. It's not going to be fun.
Right.
All game will be on when this starts. Maybe there's an MLS game on. Maybe there's like anything else on. I don't feel like I need to bet this fight. I don't feel like there's an edge here either way. I think if Usman wins, it's 29-28. If Parkin wins, it's 29-28.
Yeah.
Like maybe bet the split, but I don't need to bet. Yeah, this is bad, dude. And like this is not the worst heavyweight fight on the card.
No.
Carl
I'm not making a midnight, Dad.
Because here's the best part. Since Patty's in the chat, I get to say that when we get to Carl Williams, it gets me relive Penn State legend Jimmy Lawson and how bad he was against Carl Williams. Now he's not allowed at Penn State ever again because of this performance. So this is probably a grindy split decision. Like, I'm gonna pick Usman to win like a just a 29-28.
A forgettable decision.
Like I don't know if the splits are up yet on DraftKings, but I'm gonna pull it up. Like, don't spend real money. Like, don't spend real money on this fight. Let's see what it is. Let's see.
Oh, fuck.
It's not. It's so weird, dude. They have the way DraftKings have it. I guess they don't have the last number in. So it's Mick Parkin to win by split or majority decision versus Igor Da Silva by like they don't have like a real number yet.
That would be a fight I'd pay to see.
It says plus 600, so I'm assuming that's Parkin. So I'll guess that Usman's plus 800. I mean, yeah, and Jimmy Lawson was totally banned from Penn State. Like, we got a guy who I won't mention on air. It's not worth it, but because he doesn't watch the show anyway. But he's a big wrestling guy. Like, he cares about wrestling but not fights, and he's a big Penn State guy. Like, if I see him tomorrow, and I'm sure I will, I'll be like, do you remember Jimmy Lawson? He'll be like, oh, yeah. So I'm going to be like, here's 1 minute footage of him having somehow less cardio than 46-year-old Lou.
Just doesn't balance.
Next.
Indeed.
Do we have any funny stuff coming up or no?
Not this. I had no time this week. I swear next week's Atlantic City, plus the nicknames and shit this week. It's fucking lackluster, bro. It's really lackluster. I mean, I should have thrown Juicy J in there, but it's
so. Before you move on,
half these
you didn't do nicknames and you didn't do funny stuff. I made a meme. I'm not gonna like put it up, but like my buddy, like our buddy, or actually as they say at the bar, your friends, Tommy.
Yeah, exactly.
Said how a woman's gonna win his bracket pool, and I did Iron Sheik meme. I'm like, fuck the Denise from accounting for winning the pool.
Fucking Denise always takes the shit down.
She picked the Raisin Balls Kentucky with the blue jersey.
Kentucky lost.
I know.
To a 14 seed. Yeesh.
Yeah, to Oakland.
Here we go, Patty. We could start doing that. That gets into dangerous territory though. So I'll try.
It gets into dangerous territory for me, not for you.
I was gonna say. I'll put that. I'll do that. That'll be my department, Patty.
Yeah.
Andre Lima, or else we're gonna get a bunch of like sombreros and all kinds of shit all over these cards. Andre Lima, newcomer, taking on Igor Severino or Da Silva. Everybody's fucking named Da Silva or some shit. Every other fighter. They'll have like three. It's Daniel Da Silva, Lacerda, Igor Da Silva, Severino. Minus
Typically, guys with
-165.
Silva as their second name, not so good.
Yeah, maybe there's a trend here. Minus 165 doesn't go. Plus 135 goes all three. Lima, the favorite at minus 180. He's also 9K on DraftKings. There we go. Plus 155 for Severino. 7,200 for Mr. Da Silva. Lou, what do you like here in this one?
Ask me if I'm excited for this fight.
Do you have green on your sombrero?
No, it's Jail's fucking with it. Ask me if I'm excited for the fight.
Are you excited for this one, Lou? Don't do it. I knew it. Jesus.
I just wanted you to know I found it. I'll wait till the Padilla fight to like really do it in earnest. Yeah, this is another one, dude. Like, I don't know why they're making this fight. Like, they're both undefeated. They're both exciting. Like, there's two fights on this card. The other one's like Simon and and Talbot. Like, why are they making this fight?
Mhm.
Like, it's a good fight, but like you're killing off a prospect, or like you're burying a prospect with a loss here. I think Lima's like less volume historically than Severino in a fight, but he hits way harder. And if you just go by the way they're judging fights now with optics, I think Lima's going to land the bigger shots. I like the over here. I think they're both. Look, this falls into like my whole thing of you get undefeated fighters. Like, I never like betting either one of them against like a time prop because we don't know how to on adversity. I think you didn't really learn a lot with Lima on the Contender Series because that dude, whatever his name, Ridson or whatever his fucking name was, like just literally fought. Zenadim just shelled up and like all he did was fight not to get killed. And Lima, like, I mean, you get those fights for like, what was the dude the other day? Like the Japanese guy. What the fuck was his name, dude? He's like, fuck, the wrestler guy, Nakamura, right?
Rinya?
Yeah, like he fought that dude.
I was just going to start naming Japanese guys.
Then who did he just fight? But he fought the dude.
Was it not Marat?
No, I'm putting it up right now. No, he fought Carlos Vera, where Vera fought not to die and just going for like leg locks and shelling up. So it's like, what I learned about Nakamura in that fight? Well, not much because like he dominated, but like not Okada. That's another wrestler. So like Lima just kicked his ass, but like didn't look impressive. But I don't put that on Lima. And like Severino is just coming out like he's hittable, throws a lot of offense. I kind of think Lima just can pick him off here. I think the line makes sense. I just think this fight goes distance at a very high clip. I think this is not good for DraftKings. I don't see a lot of grappling here, and I don't see a finish. It'd be a striking fight.
Well, I think one side is good for DraftKings. That's the Severino side at 7,200. If this goes to decision, it's probably too wide of a line, and that's the thing this week with DraftKings. I think Rose, last I looked this afternoon, has the widest line on all my Photoshop, and it's like minus 215. And there's like 13 fighters, on the favorite side and 13 fighters on the dog side. So at 7,200, that's a pretty big dog for a line that's probably a little bit too wide just based on the other fight. So I think, and based on the total upside Severino had, I mean, if you play DraftKings, you had to fall in love with this guy's stat line in Dana White Contender Series. 10 strikes a minute, 5 takedowns, 2 knockdowns, 33% control time, all in under 8 minutes. He would have scored 151 points in that fight. I know it was, Dana White Contender Series, but still, to show that kind of upside potential at 7,200, please believe I am going to roster that. I'll have a little bit of Lima as well. But as Lou said, much lower volume. But if he does find that finish or a big shot, then, you're looking okay. So I don't mind this fight. I'm not going all in by any means, but it's an okay fight. I'll settle for a decent fight there. Next one. Sorry about the fucking Daria. This is the best picture I
thought you said there were joke photos here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Gem and the holograms was fighting on this.
Is it Simpsons? Yeah, Simpsons, where Homer's like all aliened out. He's got that green fucking whatever around him. That's what it reminds me of.
I'm not gonna lie, if I saw a woman and she was like had a pink halo around her, that's God. That's God telling me, hey man, go talk to that bird.
Yeah, I have no idea why it blew up like this, especially for.
But it's kind of hot.
But hey, there you go. It is what it is. Whatever gets the boat floating, as they say.
Yeah, Daria. You have to be in your 40s to understand my Gem and the holograms fucking reference. I didn't say Josie and the Pussycats, but
that's
it's
true.
Like, same idea.
Oh, wow. Subhuman, bro. You got like 2 less hits next time, my guy. Just 2 less. Just that's it.
Hold on. Gonna Twitter heaven with the
20
with the rest of the Twitter racist.
Wait. So Twitter racists are in heaven, and Lou is also there, but you're also a Twitter racist because he said with the rest.
I like how the Discord is just spilling out into the chat now.
Who's sending me an invite to this Discord? I'm on Discord, Lou. That's the only way I talk to you these days.
Where is fucking Big Steve? He once again did not do he did like the Bellator show this week. Where is he? What's up, Damari? How we doing, man?
Damari,
No, I
what's
don't know
going on?
where is Big Steve? And like, I think it's like, look, if my math
I heard
is
he was with
correct,
Kate Middleton, and nobody knows where that chick is.
if my math is correct, it's daytime for Big Steve right now. So like, he has no excuse not.
I don't think the sun sets there. We're in like the 6-month period of sun in Australia.
He's like, "Are you related to Ian Parker? You bet like him." I'm like, "Fuck you!" I quit.
Oh Jesus!
I'm like, "Fuck you, dude."
God damn! That
He's
wasn't
like,
even directed
like
at me, and that hurt.
I don't, dude. I'm like, no, I don't.
That's fucking. He went right for the fucking jugular on that one.
I know he's the fucking worst. Big Steve's the worst. Also, sign up for his Discord. It's worth it.
There you go. Let's see. Daria Zalesnyakova. How's that? Taking on Montserrat Rendone. Plus 180. Is that even a real time zone? You got 4 letters, Kiwi? You got 4 letters in your time zone, bro?
I feel like Big Steve. I feel like Big Steve is 12 hours difference. I know my boss is, and he always tells me he could like threaten my boss if I needed to. So I'm assuming it's 12. I'm assuming it's 12:18 p.m. for Big Steve right
now. I don't know where I was, but that was worth it. Let's see. Plus 180 doesn't go to decision. Minus 220. Minus 210 for Zalesnyakova, plus 180 for Montserrat Rendone, 8,800, 7,400. Let's see, it's third fight. I'll start us off here. This line probably too wide as well. Zalesnyakova, 3 KO knockdown or knockout wins in the first round. I think 2 in the second. I think she's been knocked out as well. Yeah, she's a striker. And here we got Montserrat Rendone, who has some wrestling, it looks like, some jiu-jitsu, some grappling overall. She did land 69 nice strikes on Tamires Vidal, and 3 takedowns, and controlled almost an entire round of that fight in total. So I think this fight for DraftKings is just a little too wide at 7,400. I'm willing to not only pick Rendone to get the win, but also to play her in DraftKings. So I don't mind that there. And Zalesnyakova, I always feel like I'm Vigor Mortensen from Eastern Promises when I felt like him all week. I mean, obviously, we're like pretty much the same, you know what I'm saying? Me and Vigo. But the accent's really paying off. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to see it from Daria first. I like Rendone here. Lou, can you tell me why maybe I'm wrong, or do you like the underdog?
I think you're wrong.
Oh, is she gonna get knocked the fuck out?
No, but once again, I cannot remember the name of a movie.
I was wondering what the hell you were Googling over there. You have a I'm Googling something face on.
A History of Violence is my favorite.
Is that what I was thinking of? What did I say?
No, that's when he's the mobster.
I said Eastern Promises. Both Cronenberg movies, though.
He's the mobster. In History of Violence, he's the mobster.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He gets relocated, and he's like, I don't want to be in the paper for my act of heroism. And then he's like, I should have got to kill the whole Irish mob.
Now I have to kill everyone. Yeah, right.
By the way, I'm Italian. I don't fear the fucking Irish, dude. I don't give a shit. Fuck the Irish are going to do to me. I like the Daria side here. I don't bet women's fights with lines like this. The only women's fight I bet last week was Amariam round 1 submission, and that was like a 10-1. But here's my problem. Montserrat Rendone, first of all, I don't have a very good record betting Montserrats.
That's true.
Like
Montserrat Ruiz.
But Montserrat Rendone does no damage. And so this is what I'm worried about. The Melissa Dixon fight, now she's called something else.
I just found that out today.
Yeah, it's shitty. You have to update your database.
Yeah, make sure I'll get that Melissa Dixon updated immediately.
But Melissa Dixon, when she takes you down, is like completely fucking wild and aggressive and like going for smashing, like throwing tons of ground strikes. Rendon doesn't do shit. And if you've looked at the way the judging's gone lately, Rendon's going to take her down, might control her for 3 minutes around and do nothing. On the feet, Daria's like, it's levels game, dude. Stop. It's a great movie. I just think every moment in this fight is like all the moments are going to be won on the Daria side. So I think she has all the finish equity here. Now, again, I wouldn't bet a finish. You have Rendon has never been knocked out. She's also never faced anybody who has any kind of competence. And easy.
I might agree with Steve. here.
So I'm picking Daria to win.
Age is like wine. Oh,
I just feel like the line is like maybe I'll look at her finish prop, like small poke, but like I think she wins, and I think she wins at a high clip because I just don't know. Like for Rendone to win, she probably has to get 12 minutes of control time, and Daria has to do nothing on the feet at all. I just don't see optics for Montserrat Rendone on the ground.
These fucking judges, man, what do they fucking know?
And she's different than Melissa Dixon, because Melissa Dixon like is really good at positional control, and then just ground and pound. And then she gives up position to yank you back down. Whereas Rendone is going to get stood up like easily, depending on who the ref is.
Yeah, hopefully not Herb. Dude, what was the fight like 2 or 3 weeks ago when they started grappling and he immediately was like clapping in their face? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. By the way, I definitely have a solid yam bag.
Oh, nice
for this part. It's very obvious who it is when we get to that fight.
Let's see.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
Here we go.
It's not that.
No, not this one. Definitely not. Steven, this one might be the most unremarkable.
Jarno in
it. Lauren Jarno. He would not have been the same character if his name was Jarno. Let's see. Stephen Winn, most expensive fighter on the card, taking on Jarno Arends. Plus 115 doesn't go. Minus 145 does go. Stephen Winn, most expensive for DraftKings, now like the 4th or 5th highest favorite on the card at 185. Arends plus 160. Lou, start us off here.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of short people that hit Arends as soon as the line came out, and I was going to go with it because Stephen Winn, man, or Nguyen, but Stephen Winn is, I feel like Brian from Family Guy would have been like, excuse me, Mr. Nguyen. I mean, he's just kind of like a high volume, okay striker. He's one-dimensional. But like, yeah, I mean, it's so obvious. Like, that's of course. But like, man, Arends, dude, he just doesn't throw any volume. Like I don't know what his like. This fight is another one. I think this fight goes distance at like an incredibly high clip. Arends is pretty tough, and he's so inactive that like
some jail smokes, no filter.
They're giving me the cancer. What are you relying on Arends to do to win? He's got to, like, he's probably not going for takedowns. Is he going to throw 100 strikes in this fight? Like, if he does, that'd be a first. Like, he's just not going to do enough. So I'm picking Stephen Winn by decision in what I think is going to maybe be the most boring fight on the card. and like, look, Stephen Winn's fight against AJ Cunningham. AJ Cunningham stinks.
Yeah. We learned that a few weeks ago.
Like,
holy shit.
He blocked 0 of the punches with the hands.
Dude,
he took the hands and the arms. And
he took the biggest ass beating I've ever seen while Daniel Cormier was making fun of like how bad he had it growing up.
Like, I mean, I could have knocked him out if he's going to just hold his hands. I mean, like, I couldn't have, but like on the streets. Right. On the streets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give Lou a metal trash can lid. Fucking over.
Like, did somebody tell him, just so you know, this is Stephen Winn's 3rd time in the Contender Series? Like, how about you just let him knock you out? And like, we'll pay your bar tab.
Look, for some reason, we really like this guy, even though he looks like he should have facial hair, but does not. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and this haircut, man, not for me.
Do you ever know, like, some guys just look like they should have facial hair and they just don't, and it's just that you can never unsee it. Never.
With Peter Sellers as my sidekick.
Oh, I just watched Dr. Strangelove within the last month.
So I'm gonna pick Stephen Winn by decision. I think the line's right. I don't think there's real equity either way. And and we got like almost 30 of you live right now. Thank you guys so much on a nonsense bullshit card for doing a wellness check on me.
Still looking good. They're looking like they feeding you at least, so that's good. Yeah, I don't have much to say except
He swears, son.
yeah, except for Winn's too expensive in DraftKings. I mean, like Lou said, against his only good output was against AJ Cunningham.
Nobody's scoring more than 80 in this fight, dude.
Exactly. And Arends, and that could be fine if Arends at 6,800, the cheapest fighter on the card. That's the only thing I was going to say. Play a little more Arends than you would usually play of the $6,800 guy. That's just my advice. And I'm not in on Steve Winn. I mean, does he own casinos and shit? Isn't that the casino guy, Steve Winn?
WYNN.
Oh, my bad.
And he somehow does not have as bad a haircut. I mean, I don't even know what his haircut is. I'm just telling you, it's not as bad as this.
Yeah, as who was it? Somebody in the chat. Give me the guy with angel wings. Not really, but
How do you just tell me now?
Kinda.
Now this is a made-up picture of Cody Gibson.
I mean, look at that face. Has anyone ever looked more like Darren Till than Cody Gibson?
He does, dude.
I know. I'm good at this. Miles Johns on the left. He is not excited to be here. Also, very questionable tattoo on his ribs, the Superman, but it's a J. That's super questionable. Plus 120, it doesn't go. Minus 150 does go. Minus 143, plus 123 for Gibson. 82 and 8,000. Oh my god, the comments. You guys are killing me. Lou, start us off here. Who do you got? Sharon Till or Miles Johns?
Okay, so I think you have to bet. Check your books on this one. I feel like Gibson round 3, it's 20-1 on some books. John's coming on relatively short notice. If you think that he just gasses, I think the round 3 is really interesting at 20-1. But this is the way more important point. Put that back up. This is the way more important point, dude. Dude, Miles Johns might look like 40 pounds bigger at the weigh-ins. Like, he might look like a fucking tank and just give no fucks.
Look at that head.
Well, like, his last fight was a no decision, right?
Yeah.
He got paid like he won. So what the fuck does he care, dude?
No, he won.
So,
the Dan Argueta fight?
I know, but I thought they ended up retroact. Like, didn't they go back and rule it a no contest?
Yeah, probably. Is he tested for Adderall?
Because of the drugs.
Is he tested for Adderall or something? He's on those Addies. He tested for something else.
Monk, you know what the worst part about the 80s was? Crack. Also, do you have crack? So that's Miles Johns, except with the roids. And he's going to look twice the size of this picture come Friday, like come tomorrow, dude. And Cody Gibson, like, he could get takedowns early. And if he does, he probably submits Miles Johns. So on Monday, I'm not a pro capper, but I said in all the Discords, I'm like, I really like the under of this. It was plus 190. I'm like, it's Johns on short notice. He's a gas bag, and Gibson's just going to like totally go for takedowns. The number is not great now, but I still like plus money on the under here. I think Johns is more skilled. He's going to be on all the steroids, and he still has no cardio. So I think this fight's going to be deceptively good for DraftKings, to be honest.
Oh, well, it should be easy to get a lot of leverage there because this fight looks like a sleeper from.
And Gibson has, if there's going to be somebody going for takedowns, it's Gibson.
Maybe a young Wes Welker, huh?
I know a lot of 1990s D3 football players. We just brought one up the other night. Dude, tell me, do you think this is a good name? It's a dude we went to college with. His name was Mike Dijon Tommaso.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Mike Dijon?
A real person. It's a real person that I didn't make up.
Shit. That's awesome.
And you know what he looked like? Somebody with that name.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm picturing him already.
He was like a mix of Tony Danza and God. Patty Mac in the chat will verify literally everything I just said.
There we go.
If Tony Danza actually was God, Ayo, away, Boner, Samantha, Angela. Shout out Dijon if you're watching, dude.
Dijon, that's quite.
He's not watching. He's definitely not watching. So I'm gonna pick Miles Johns by steroids, and I think Miles Johns 1-2. But I think the Gibson round 3 poke at 20-1 is so worth it. This thing hits the third round, it's Gibson having a cardio advantage.
Yeah, I love it. I'll definitely up my percentages a little bit because I mean, as I'm looking at the numbers before you said anything, it's not really great for any guy. Gibson 1-4, but lost to some okay names. Where John's 4-1 in his last 5, lost or has only beaten guys that like aren't in the UFC anymore. I do like the steroid angle, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Gibson though. I mean, looking like. I mean, how many 40-year-old women are injecting themselves with poison to try to get cheekbones like Cody Gibson has? Get the fuck out of here.
Excuse me. Every 40-year-old woman I know is injecting themselves with poison.
There you go. Well, they're all trying to look like Cody Gibson, and you're all failing miserably. Just someone needs to tell you. Please, for the love of God. You look like monsters. Ricardo Ramos taking on Julian Rosa, minus 215 for Ricardo Ramos. Plus 175 fight does, or sorry, minus 215 fight doesn't go, I should say. Plus 175 fight does go, minus 170 for Ramos, plus 145 for Julian Glassjaw Rosa, or Glass Joe, I should say. 8,900, 7,300 for Rosa. I'll start this one off. I think you have to play this one. Yeah, exactly. I think you have to play this one in DraftKings. Look, just because it's a Julian Rosa fight, he's either going to get knocked out brutally early or at some point by probably a spinning elbow from Ricardo Ramos, or Ramos is going to put himself into like probably a Darce choke. So basically, you're playing Ricardo Ramos' terrible fight IQ against Julian Rosa's terrible chin. So either way, the winner should score a decent amount of DraftKings points. So I like this one a lot for DraftKings. I will probably have more Rosa than I'm comfortable with. And I'm probably also picking Ricardo Ramos outright. But yeah, anything could happen in this one. Literally anything. I would not touch this in cash, and I will be playing both sides for GPPs. It's a must play, I think. I mean, Rosa, who the fuck knows what you're going to get? And Ramos, he put himself into a guillotine against Charles Jourdain in like a minute, and then tapped in a fraction of a second. So who knows what you're going to get? Play them both. Lou, what do you like about this one?
I don't know why I'm pulling this out randomly, but I'm thinking of the Iron Sheik. Cameraman, zoom it. Zoom it. Cameraman. Yeah, so the under all day. Like, I love the under. This should be like, I feel like it should be minus 300. I feel like it's not, because Rosa didn't put away with Dawodu, like just kind of dominated him on the ground. Monk, who do you think has more grappling upside here? Because I think that's like, I feel like if Rosa wanted to, he probably could get like 10 minutes of control time.
Yeah, I think Rosa, if it gets to the ground, I think he's going to be the one that's in control overall.
So ultimately in fights like this, I got to go with the better facial hair, like 1,000,000%. So I like what Ramos is doing with the stash. I like that
for sure.
I like that he can't connect. He's not a real man.
Yeah.
Like, he's a boy. Boy. Like, he can't connect. Like, that's fine. It happens eventually. Like, you just got to keep trying. Whereas
just
Rosa,
longer. Like, what? I don't understand these people. They don't understand.
Like, Rosa looks like his razor broke, and he's just like, it'll fall out. Like, he just looks terrible.
Rosa looks like Doug Funny, kind of. You know, like.
I mean, I always want to back
beady little eyes like the captain, or like the colonel.
Like, I always want to back Rosa because, like, I love his skill set, and like his nickname is Juicy J. Like, and
yeah, that's awesome.
There's a lot I like about him. Mm-hmm. The one thing I don't like is how he dies in every fight.
Yep.
At no reason. And like, his chin's not gone. This is like, he gets touched and he's dead. So, like, Ramos has 15 minutes to hit one wacky, stupid, spinny shit. So the pick is Ramos probably by KO. But the under here, man, like, I think Rosa could choke him out. Like, could hit like a standing, like a flying toe hold on him.
For sure.
He could hit a flying toe hold on him. Like, I think it's like completely live. But probably like a standing gilly is live too. Like, Ramos misses a spinning thing and gets put in like a dragon sleeper. Like, there's some weird shit. So I love the under. I'm picking Ramos by KO. this is a hilarious fight. Just from a DK perspective, it's like you fucked here because I think the loser scores like 2 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Like not a cash game play.
No,
but like you have to play this in a GPP. %1,000,000.
And I don't think he looks like Doug Funny. I think he looks like Roger. I was wrong.
I think flying toe hold or like if you could win a UFC fight, now that the mergers happen with TKO, if you could win a fight by like feet on the cage and hooking the tights, I feel like that's the play here. Like totally.
100%.
Speaking of which, shout out to my boy, my friend. I'm not going to name names, but my friend Pat in the chat, his son. Shout out to this guy. He's winning wrestling tournaments now.
Oh, nice.
At a young age. We talked about turning him heel. Now he's coming in first. I'm not saying I'm responsible for all this.
Is he wrestling in the tournament that's happening?
I'm just saying Uncle Lou telling this kid to turn heel, and now he's in first in every tournament. I'm not saying I'm manager.
It's a correlation.
Not saying it's me, but it's me.
Sounds like it's you. Just saying.
Just from my cell. I'm just puppet mastering.
Here we go. What I mean is Kurt Hollabaugh from fucking Dagestan, or what is happening over on the right side of the screen?
That chunk of hair is like not, you know.
Did he get so mad that he fucked up the hair that he fucking shaved his mustache off too?
He wanted to shave his head for 1 second. He's like, no,
I take it back. Trey Ogden on the other side looks like he's fucking shocked that he's even here. Plus 100 doesn't go. Minus 130 does go. Minus 157 for Ogden. Plus 137 for Hollabaugh. 85.77. Why don't you start us off here, Lou Betya?
Modern day Mr. Fuji. I need the salt.
That's true.
Throw in the face. And also, I recommend to all of our viewers, if you're old school wrestling fans, go watch Mr. Fuji and Don Morocco and any of the Fuji Vice skits where they're trying to solve crimes and the acting's terrible. And they're on the beach and Mr. Fuji's in his tuxedo and bowler hat being like, Morocco-san. Tremendous comedy. Okay, so here's one of the two fights where I'm like, I want to bet Hollabaugh. I see his clear path here. He can get takedowns against Ogden who can't defend them. And yet, this number, man, it doesn't make sense to me. And Brady said it so well earlier. Dude, Justin got like so funny the last 2 months. Dude.
Holy fuck.
Dude, wow. Justin, like, dude, shout out to Justin, man. He's killing it. Like, his comedy game is like no joke, dude. Justin's fucking killing it.
That was Steve Gregory level, Justin.
Well, Steve is funnier than like me. Steve Gregory is like, because everything he says is like vicious and like out of nowhere, and like I can't compete with. I swear he's Wayne. I swear he's got to be Wayne Grow. I swear it. He's got to be, dude. So I want to bet Hollabaugh so bad, but Brady made this comment. I think he did it on his video, but he said it to me too. Ogden has this way of like hypnotizing his opponents into just the worst fights ever. Like these 39-28 striking battles.
Yeah.
Where like he wins based on like, how did he win? Like he wins based on his opponent doing nothing. I kind of feel like Hollabaugh just won't get lulled into that, and he should be proactive going for takedowns. Like, I think Hollabaugh is decided at the price, but the line's just like not budging in a way that like helps. Like, I'm just getting like a vibe where like Ogden wins at 29-28 here, and I hate that I watched it. So yeah. I'm gonna pick Hollabaugh for the show. I don't imagine we're getting a better price. Like, I can't, unless if Ogden gets steam, I'd kind of be shocked if it really moved a lot. But like, there's just something fucking with my head here. We'll get to the other fight on the main card that's fucking with my head, but like with the line movement. But like, I feel like Hollabaugh, if he wasn't 37, like would be the favorite.
Right.
Like, he has all the upside. He has all the finishing upside. He has all the takedown upside. And yet, this could be like the worst fucking fight ever, dude. Holy shit, dude. See, he just
Steve Gregory back for the crown.
like baseball players, they don't give a shit
wet
about
welder's jacket, bro. Fuck.
Steve Gregory's out here to hit home runs or strike out. Like, he's not going to get the base. He's just trying to crush it. Not fucking around. So I'm picking Halah, but like, my gut tells me Ogden wins like the worst decision ever. It doesn't matter, but I can't get there. By the way, remember this for next week. When Ogden wins 29-28, and I'm like, I told you to bet him. I knew to bet him, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. This sucks for DraftKings, but it could be good. So I don't know what to do. Halah 1-4 in his last 5. Obviously, he had 2 stints in the UFC. This is his second one. Was taken down twice by Austin Hubbard, but still got the sub. There. Trey Ogden, I mean, I had to hear the boys on Pub Sports Radio lit like shit all over him. And it's not like he's my guy. I'm not going to defend him. But for having such low volume, low output, and terrible DraftKings scores. But I feel like he improved that against Nicholas Mata. He would have scored 100 points if the ref didn't fuck that up, like right at like 98, 99 points. So I don't know what to do here, man. I agree with everything you said. I think both sides have a path, but I think it's going to be Ogden. I just don't know how he scores. I'll play a little bit more. Actually, I'll probably just be around field weight. This is just such a questionable fight to me. I have no idea what to do. And I think Ogden wins. I just don't know if he's going to score 64 or 104. So for that reason, I'll probably be around 20% on both. And I don't like the Halah the most. Actually, no, never mind. It's 85 and 77. So yeah, probably around 20% on both, something like that. Actually, maybe a little less on Halah, just because I am leaning. Here you go, Lou. I am leaning Trey Ogden. Fernando Padilla. There it is. I knew that would get you. Taking on Luis Pajuelo. Minus 190 fight doesn't go. Plus 150 does go. Minus 170 for Padilla. Plus 145 for Pajuelo. 87.75. I like Fernando Padilla here in this one. I really do for DraftKings. I'm hoping for a round 1, round 2 finish. Luis did beat Robbie Ring, Dana White Contender Series fight. 3 minutes of fighting. KO'd him. But man, Padilla looked great against Glass Joe, Julian Rosa. And then looked not so great. Thanks, Daz, because I wasn't going to say it out loud. Kyle Nelson, not great against Kyle Nelson. Not at all. But we know what he's going to do. He's going to strike. He doesn't go. He's not a wrestler. You know what I mean? He's going to keep this standing. And I think Padilla can catch him here. So I'm hoping for a Padilla win, a good score at 8,700. And I'll have to play a little bit of Pajuelo, but I am not confident there. Lou, how do you see this one?
See. I just think Padilla is the more accurate striker.
Mm-hmm.
And is Kyle Nelson like all of a sudden like not horrible? Because he's winning fights by like kind of being smart and like just not fighting like an idiot. So like Padilla, he just kind of like neutralized Padilla. But like if you look at Padilla's fights, like he's at his best in firefights. Like he's more accurate than Pelo. I don't know if he hits harder. I think he's more durable.
Big reach advantage here too.
I think the late round props for Padilla are interesting. I favor Fernando Padilla here. I know my boy Aaron the dog is like massive Padilla guy too. So like, I think we're just going to end up talking about how good Kyle Nelson is a year from now and be like, how is he on an 8-fight winning streak?
Oh my God. Kyle Nelson's in the top 10. What?
And like, good for Kyle Nelson, dude. He's
He's
such an average dude. He has average height, average weight, average carpentry skills.
But he's bald and has a red beard.
He has average everything. Like his girlfriend's like, he's like, what do you think of the chicken and rice I made tonight? She's like, it was average. It was fine. And he's like, okay. And he's just gonna end up with like an 8-fight winning streak, and Dana White's gonna be like, I kind of want to get rid of him, and I also want to put him in a title contender fight because he's like not losing. So
yeah, yep.
I don't think the Padilla loss to him. It was just Nelson like making it a weird. It's like Ogden, dude. It's like another fight like Ogden where it's like he just made it fucking weird and won like a greasy second and third round. I don't think that's the style here. I think Padilla lands the more meaningful shots. I kind of think it's all Padilla after the first round too. I think 2-3 is good. I think 3 is your play. I like Padilla here. either to get him out late or just to win a very convincing second and third round. But this is a fun fight. Like, this is a fight I actually really want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Now I can get rid of it.
There we go.
No, we're done with the sombrero for the night. It'll come back for the Brundage Bo Nickel fight.
Of course, as it should. Here we've got Billy Quarantillo taking on the return of Yusuf Zalal. Plus 185 doesn't go. Minus 225 goes all three. Very close fight. Minus 121 for Billy Q. Is that surprising? I don't know. Plus 101 for Zalal, 86 and 7,600. Lou, what have you got for this one?
Sorry, when you get to my age, guys, sometimes you got to take some heartburn meds.
It happens to the best of us.
So this is the other fight where, like, Billy Q, this line has moved for Zalal. Like, it's done. And, like, everything about this, if I didn't see line movement, everything about this is like, you betting your boy. I'm right. Billy Q fan, dude. It's like my guy. He's my favorite Billy in the league, and Bill Algeo is in the league. Like, I love the Billies. Like, so this isn't like a technical breakdown more than it's like, I don't get the line. And like, Billy QAnon. What's funny is like Algeo is really like the QAnon Bill of the fucking league. Dude. He's got some questionable fucking theories. But like, so let's say Billy Q loses the first round because it's Billy Q. Zalal's cardio is not great. It's not great. Was the Blackshear fight where Blackshear just like fell off a fucking cliff? Jesus Christ, dude. I don't want to say what I want to say on air. I may just type it and leave it there for this comment because I have a comment. But I think if I say it on air, it would be like the comment that actually gets us thrown. So I'm going to type it, what I'm thinking. So this is one where, like, again, like the Ogden fight, like, I think you should probably bet Zalal because nothing makes sense here line-wise to me. But, like, how do you do it? And also, it's a Billy Q fight. You're never betting him pre-fight. You bet him after round one. Always. It's Billy Q, dude. You know he's going to drop the first round. All right, I'm going to type something in chat, and we're not going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to type it.
There we go. And while he's doing that, I'll say that normally for DraftKings, you generally play Billy Q fights. He's either scoring a ton of points outside of his last fight with Damon Jackson, or his opponents are scoring a shitload of points, like Burgos with like 120, Barbosa with 108, etc., etc. Yusuf Zalal did not have a good first run in the UFC, but look who he fought, man. In retrospect, it's Ilia Topuria, Sung Woo Choi, and Sean Woodson. So it could definitely be worse. And then he's, a couple of knockout finishes, I think, since he's left the UFC and then come back. I think it's 3 of them. But I don't know. Usually I'd fade the shit out of Zalal because he scores like 60 points even when he wins. It's really, really low. Actually, that's not true. I don't know. Who am I thinking of? He actually has a 94 per win, but he went 3-3, and like I said, dropped those 3 fights, so everybody's off him. I just think, long story short, that you should put him in more than you're planning on. I think he could be a good play. I don't know that a lot of people are going to be on him, to be completely honest, seeing his recent UFC run.
Zalal?
Zalal. And Billy Q gives up, like I said, a shitload of points when he loses. So if it does happen, Zalal could score a bunch of points, but I'm probably on the Billy Q side, probably by decision. And yeah, that's kind of how I see that one. The line is super interesting, though. Minus 121 at 8,600 is ridiculous.
Jesus fucking Christ, Steve.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Folks, if you're watching this on replay,
oh man,
this is why you watch the live show.
Yeah, exactly.
Things in the chat. Magic of television, man.
Some things are only.
How is Steve so much worse of a person than me. How is this possible?
I couldn't even come up with the words punched lasagna to get. I couldn't have even done it.
I mean, as Lorne Malvo would say, I think you're focusing on the wrong part of the sentence.
Yeah.
I think you're focusing on the wrong part. Two hombres like a run at me. Mexicans, I think you're focused on the wrong part of the sentence.
Yeah, there you go, chat. If there's ever a reason you should be in live, that is it right there. Here we go. Peyton Talbot taking on Cameron Simon. Plus 135 doesn't go. Minus 165 goes all three. Talbot, the favorite at minus 140, plus 120 for Simon, 8,300, 7,900. Man, Talbot looked like not great as far as DraftKings goes in his first and only UFC fight. I think he scored 68 points. Nick Aguirre. So he landed 2.5 strikes a minute.
Thank you for saying it correctly.
Yeah,
I feel like people have said Aguirre all week.
Aguirre, Mark McGuire.
No, everybody says it wrong. You said it.
Hey, I listened to John Anik. Got taken down twice and out-controlled 52% to 31. 68 points in a win. I mean, come on. Even at 8,300, you're going to have to show me why you're worth rostering before I roster a ton of you. Cameron Simon, 3 great scores against 3 terrible opponents. Kozlo, Martinez, and Terrence Mitchell. Lost to Christian Rodriguez, the weight bully, in his last fight. Scores well overall for DraftKings. So yeah, I'm leaning Simon, even though he's had easy competition, relatively easy competition. And I got to see it from Talbot before I just throw him in. 68 points in a win, man. I don't understand how these people are all clamoring to get him in their lineups for sure. But I mean, I guess I don't know. I just need to see it. I'm not going to fade either guy. Probably around field weight for both. I got to see it first. So what do you think? System play. I know what that's the yam bag system.
I mean, it's all fucking day. Like Simon, so his last 2 fights, okay, can we just concede that C-Rod's like really good, dude? He's really good.
He should have lost to Bulgarian, though. I don't understand how he gets the nod there, but
he finds a way to survive, and like he's tough, dude. Like,
yeah, but this isn't fucking dude. Bear Grylls.
Okay, so there was no cheating. The only cheating in that fight was C-Rod missing weight. And then Terrence Mitchell stinks. So there wasn't enough time to cheat.
That's true.
But before that, Manny Martinez cheated. Stephen Kozlo, Obi-Wan Shinobi the Pillow, Stephen Kozlo.
The one and only.
He got a yam bag in that one too. The way Talbot fights, like the fluidity, the amount of strikes he throws as fight goes on. Oh, Simon is gonna fucking nutshot this son of a bitch like so bad. I know some prominent people in the community, like people I respect, that are on the Talbot side. I should mention a lot of these people were very big on Bulgarian last week. Take with that what you will. There's no way I can get the Talbot here. I don't think it's a good bet. He's also a guy that like he kind of never wins the first rounds. Like he's never had a first round finish, but he's like kind of slow starter. Like I don't know that Simon mixes in takedowns. He'd be wise to. But even on the feet, man, like Simon's good and he throws a lot of volume. And he throws a lot of power. And I don't think Talbot's hittable. Like the one thing that I noticed about Talbot when I did tape, when I watched the Reyes Cortez fight, because people are like, man, his takedown defense is really improving. I'm like, I mean, it's not. But you look at Aguirre, and Aguirre's wrestling is very like meat and potatoes. Like it's wrap up the hips and arms and take you down. Reyes Cortez was doing a lot of like single legs, and Talbot has really fucking good balance. Like was able to like kind of leverage him and use his reach like as he's got one leg. But this wasn't like a traditional takedown. Like he was going for like single legs against Cage. We still don't really know how good Simon's wrestling is. But he trains. Just remember who he trains with, man. He trains with the champ. He trains with the champ. Trains with Duplessis, who maybe didn't have a lot of control against Strickland. But like every time he went for a takedown was either getting it or making Strickland fight for his life. He's the only guy here that has takedown upside in a fight that I think is going to have razor thin margins. Like, I'm going to pick Cameron Simon, but it's probably going to end in a draw because he's going to get a point deducted.
Yeah, exactly.
So small poke on the draw for the culture at 65 to 1. 38 units on Yammers.
Yep.
And then 0.5 units on Simon Moneyline. But I can't stress enough, 76 to 1 in terms of your bet weight. Yam bags versus Moneyline. Be responsible.
There we go. Don't forget it.
We got Mitchell here. Dude, I'm telling you, I get it. I get it. All I want to do is bet Billy Q at this number and live bet him. I don't know, man. You know what I mean, Monk? Like, it's one of those fights where it's like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
And like, why couldn't they just put Billy Q at like, because you know what's funny? I know it's not like a tremendous difference. If Billy Q is plus 105 here, I don't care about my logic. I'm like, he's plus 105. Like, I'm hammering it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's like only minus 120. And if he was like minus 190, it'd be like smash spot. The fact that it's minus 120, I'm like, God, like, why are they doing this to me? Like, they know, man.
They do.
I'm just going to not. This is an interesting fight, too. By the way, this is like a really interesting. Like, I think this one's not getting any attention for it being as interesting as it is stylistically.
Here we go. I'll start it off. Edmund Shabazian taking on AJ Dobson, minus 165 to finish inside the distance, plus 135 to go all three, minus 205 for Edmund, 175 for Dobson, 91 and 71. Lou, start us off here.
So, like, how do you ever bet Shabazian at this price, knowing like the way he loses? Like, this is so tricky for me because, like, if you look who he's lost to, like,
good opponent.
But it's not just the guys he lost to. It's like he lost to Imavov, who is just a really incredible, like, distance striker. Other than that, Anthony Hernandez, like fluffy, just annihilating fuckers on the ground. Hermanson, who just beat Joe Pyfer, knows how to, like, veteran who has a good ground game. Derek Brunson, who has all he has is a ground game at this point in his life. I know Dobson can wrestle. I don't know that Dobson is going to want to wrestle for 15 minutes here. I don't think that's the game plan. But, like, I'm actually shocked that the time props are so favored for doesn't go. Because Dobson showed he's pretty tough. And Shabazian's the one, I think, if anybody's going to get finished here, it would be Shabazian, like, falling off a cliff cardio-wise. If Dobson initiates any grappling in this fight, that money line is going to, like, be the gift of the year. True. And I think that even if he doesn't, I think Dobson probably wins round 3 at a pretty high clip here. His cardio is good. His boxing's good. He's got power. He works the body, which is something Shabazian has historically fucking hated. Like, Dobson doesn't kick a lot, but he does go for body shots, and I think that could be, like, a huge difference here. I'm going to pick AJ Dobson. Dude, his KO is plus 575. I love it as a prop. I think Dobson late is great here. I don't know, man. And I think a live bet, like, you almost hope Shabazian, like, dominates the first round. You can get Dobson at, like, 4-1. Like, but I like Dobson here. I like him quite a bit. Now, when we get to the DraftKings side of it with you. So I have 2 questions to lead you into this. Mm-hmm. How do you justify Shabazian at this price? And even in a decision loss, is Dobson a punt play that's worth it? With grappling upside.
I mean, maybe just because he's so cheap at 7,100, but he's been, I mean, pretty unimpressive overall. He did land 3 takedowns on Petrosian and ended up with 40 points in a win. So there are, that there could be much worse scores than that in losses for sure. I don't know if Shabazian, I don't know that he needs 110 points to pay off 9,100 this week. This is a very weird card. A lot of live dogs for sure. Dogs that could have good scores or just outright win and score well. I just don't know if I see the KO from Dobson here. And yeah, Shabazian has been KO'd in 3 of his last 4 wins or losses, excuse me.
Don't be racist.
I hope I didn't say. I don't know what I said to make you say
can't
that.
see the KO, man.
I can't see the KO.
I don't see color.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know, man.
The guy with the sombrero.
Yeah, exactly. You just think it's a big hat. Yeah, I Shabazian. I don't mind him in cash. I don't like him for GPP, and that's the distinction. I think he does get the win here. He has allowed a ton of points historically, but that's what AJ Dobson doesn't do, is score points. So, yeah, give me Shabazian. But for GPPs, I really just don't like this fight. I'll have some AJ Dobson because he's so cheap, but yeah, it's Shabazian in cash or kind of a fade for GPPs, to be completely honest. Here we go, the money fight of the night. This one between Carl Williams and Justin Tafa. Yeah, minus 190 doesn't go, plus 155 does go. Williams is minus 180, Tafa plus 155, 9,300, 6,900 here. This is kind of a must-play fight for DraftKings because it's either Tafa with one shot in the first round, just deading Carl Williams, and he makes the optimal lineup at 6,900, second cheapest fighter on the card, or Carl Williams takes this dude down once per round, so probably 2 takedowns, and then probably finishes him in the second round. That's just kind of how I see this one going. I don't know, 8 takedowns against Breshke and then 1 against Sherman. I don't know what he was thinking again in that Sherman fight, but I think we're going to see a performance that's kind of in the middle. So I'm just going to be rostering this for GPPs. I'm picking Carl Williams to get it done, but don't sleep on Tafa because he puts guys to sleep in the first round. He's done it in every single one of his last 3 wins. 100% takedown defense, but only 2 people have attempted takedowns against him, and one was named Harry Hunsucker. So yeah, I'm going Carl Williams. What do you got?
Stop with his 100% takedown defense.
No, that was being tongue in cheek. He said one of them was Harry Hunsucker. It doesn't count.
I have a bet that I like. I haven't put in yet. And it's if you like the Williams side. Williams and over 1.5 is like plus 105, which I don't hate. I think Williams is like, this thing gets out of the first, it means Williams went for takedowns. Williams couldn't finish the corpse of Jimmy Lawson on the Contender Series, who was gassed out faster than me at 46. So I don't see him getting a finish here. I think he's just content to get takedowns and be like, we're good. If you like Tafa, I don't hate the round 1 KO. Like, that's because if this thing gets to round 2, it means he got taken down. DraftKings hasn't done it yet with the same game parlays, but I'd look for well, let's see if maybe they have it up now. I doubt it though. I would absolutely look for like a Williams round 1 takedown. It's not up yet. Like, I'd same game, whatever his round 1 takedown is with his money line. I like that a lot. I think it's correlated. So you may not get a great price, but like, how does Williams win? Just getting takedowns. Like, he's still going to be undersized here. He still has no striking. So it's the most binary fight. Like, you can draw it up. I don't know how this is the co-main event. I don't know who decided this was the co-main event. Like I said earlier, if you flip this with the Usman fight, okay, like,
what if Justin Tafa can't go? Is there like a third Tafa? Is there like Jerome,
Jeremy Tafa,
Jerome?
Tafa.
Yeah, I mean
Jack Giacomo Tafa.
Giacomo Tafa.
Giacomo Tafa with a J. Also, he has the same tattoos in his fat.
Of course.
So I'm going to pick Carl Williams. I'm never betting him as a favorite in like ever, but I do like the idea of like kind of fucking around with like a first round takedown. In fact, it would be an interesting bet is Williams to have 1 first round takedown. And if you think Tafa can get up, like Tafa round 1 KO, same game with Williams to get 1 takedown first.
Oh my God.
It's probably like 18-1.
How does it better be 118-1? How does Tafa get up?
Well, I don't think Williams is like tremendous positional wrestler. Like,
and do you think Tafa has really good balance or something?
No, but like if Williams takes him down near the cage and like Tafa just grabs the cage and they don't call, and he goes, "Hey," the ref's like, "Hey, stop that!" But like lets him get up. I'm just saying that could be like a fun pivot, but I think Williams probably gets takedown and does nothing. Here, you know how that could happen? Williams gets the takedown and does nothing, and the ref's like stands him up. That's how it could happen. Hey man, we're not seeing it in the first round as much, but we're definitely seeing it late in fights now. Tons. Look at this asshole. My guy.
Put the banner up.
Luke, no offense. You missed all my humor. It's done.
Just in time for the main event. Rose Namajunas, Thug Rose, taking on Amanda Ribas. Minus 160 doesn't go, plus 130 goes all 5 rounds. Minus 210 for Rose, plus 180 for Ribas, 9,200, 7K. Look, man, I love this fight for cash. This is fantastic. Cash stack is absolutely in play, in my opinion. Let's look at Manon Fiorot fight for Rose. Her first fight at women's flyweight. Manon regarded and probably still is as one of the top stand-up games in all of the flyweight division. And Rose actually outlanded her. She landed 4 strikes a minute exactly. There were no takedowns. There was no control time. It was just that for 15 minutes. And if you 4 strikes a minute at 25 minutes, that's a decent amount of points there, plus a little bonus. So I'm liking what I've seen from Rose. I think hopefully she's settling in to women's flyweight. Yeah, Luke is our guy for sure. Amanda Ribas at the same time, 7K. And she's had her moments where she's put up very good scores and wins. Scores almost 4 points a minute over her last 5, which is fantastic. About 95, 96 per win over that same time frame. So yeah, I'm picking Rose. I think she should and is the rightful favorite. And I love this fight for cash. I will be playing Rose in a ton of cash lineups. And like I said, the cash stack is absolutely in play. If this goes all 5, Ribas could end up with 45 points, maybe more at 7K, and Rose ends up with 95, 100. You're looking really, really good. So yeah, give me Rose. And I like this fight, like the main event. And I don't think it's going to be like the Esparza debacle. Hopefully, like I said, Rose is settling into 125, and we'll see how it plays out here. So Lou, what do you got? Yeah, and that's the one thing, Luke. That is the one thing. And like I said, he is kind of right though, because I said at the beginning, there's a ton of live dogs this week. Whether you think they're going to win or not, they're definitely barking. So if you're not a stack person, definitely get in on those other dogs. But I think for the Pub Sports Show, I did give out the stack, so we'll see where I end up.
Yeah. So when I saw the steam on Rose, I was like, oh my Lord, like over 200, like what's going on? But like, I think when you break this fight down, I think the steam is justified. I think Rose wins this at a super high clip. It's a lot to like strength schedule is good. Diverse skill set's good. 5-round experience. Like, I'm not really sure what Ribas's path is here. Aside from like, maybe she hurts Rose super early in the fight and like Rose just gets tentative. But I don't see that. Like, I think Rose is probably better on the ground. I think she's better on the feet. I think she's going to throw more volume. She's going to win in the I'm a weirdo competition, which is huge for 5-round fights. So I like Rose here. I think the finish is very live. I know Ribas has an OnlyFans where she just takes people into her journey as a fighter. Like, that's like wearing a shirt in a porn, man. I'm not here for it. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested. Like, just take your shit elsewhere, man. Like, I'm trying to like do shit here. I'm trying to use the internet, man.
I said Paulo Costa, I think, has an OnlyFans, but in your defense, he probably doesn't have his shirt on.
And he probably has like a better OnlyFans in terms of like, juiciness than like
juiciness.
And like, here's a picture of me in a shirt with a boxing glove. Like, yay. I'm so glad I paid $9.99 a month. So glad. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there it is.
and speaking of Iron Sheik, since I know Luke likes this, I told Tommy, because he's like, this woman's going to win my pool. And I'm like, fuck the Denise from accounting for winning the fucking pool. Fuck the Denise. I picked the Duke, the Raisin Balls Duke with the blue jerseys.
Yeah, Raisin Balls Duke, that's for sure.
So, yeah, I like Rose here. The steam is crazy, but I get it. And like, if you like Ribas, it's probably got to be early. Like, I think as this fight goes on, it's just going to be like,
If she starts doing that weird arm thing with Rose against Rose, she's gonna get fucking pieced up.
And like, you know, I see a lot of people like, I know Brady said it. I think Wheezy might have said it. You know, there's this narrative like, if Rose has her head on straight, like I get that she's weird. I get it, and I don't think she has. I forget. It's like her Whitman's not in our corner this weekend. I don't think.
That's what I heard as well. I heard that as well.
It doesn't fucking matter, dude. I'm telling you right now, with her, it's more like because she does all this weird shit where she's like, "I'm at peace, man," and like she does this narrative shit where like, if any of you have ever been to like,
she's a beatnik.
Like if any of you have ever gone to like a Fish concert or any kind of like Grateful Dead or whatever, and like everybody on the park lot's doing this, like need one ticket, man, like big fluffy clouds, like that's Rose Namajunas, except violent. But I feel like she just gets so locked in, like other than the Esparza fight, which was just kind of like a weird, horrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really pull stunts, dude. It's that one fight, and like I think she's a pretty good body of work where like she's just proven she doesn't pull stunts and she's really well rounded. And like if it gets hairy on the feet, she goes for takedowns. Like, I mean, I think Rose wins at a high clip here. Yeah, just the groomer.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna pick Rose. I'm not gonna bet this fight. I don't even really want to watch it, to be honest. Like it's just not exciting to me. Like,
yeah, we got to get through this one, and we're getting closer and closer to some.
Well, we're getting two women's main events back to back, but next week's Blanchfield Fiorot, let's fucking go. Like,
Yeah,
that's a women's main event I want, dude. That's a great fight.
It's got actual implications.
The implication.
Because of the implication.
Like, I love Blanchfield. She's fighting in her home state. I'm gonna be there, which is cool. I'm gonna be there live. And I like Fiorot a lot too. I'm like, that's a super interesting fight because I think Fiorot can stuff some takedowns. So I think it's gonna be really interesting, especially as that fight gets in the championship round. So like, that's a great fight. This one is kind of gonna be, it might be all right. I'm really not interested in betting. Like Jackie said, like Ribas sub or pass. I get that for the price. Like I completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Just not for me. This fight's not for me to bet. Like, I don't want to bet the Williams fight. I don't want to bet the Usman fight. I don't want to bet this fight. Like, it may just be like 10 units on the Rosa under and like call it a die.
Yeah,
it might. And the Gibson under. I like that play as well at plus money still.
Well, Rose better hope that Ribas isn't fucking Matthew McConaughey, or else she's in for a long, long night. That's for sure. Yeah, we did it, guys. That's it. UFC Vegas 89 with me, with your boy Lou Betya. We did it. I don't have anything else going on this week. Tomorrow is going to be a nice, relaxing day. And then we've got this card at a pay-per-view time, from what I hear, 6 p.m. Central. I do believe. I might be wrong about that, but it's a late one, which really, really sucks. This should be a 1 p.m. card for sure. But yeah, I don't have anything else going on. Lou, what about you? What do you got going on for the rest of the week?
Yeah, I'm just going to watch the basketballs.
Oh, basketball. Yeah, that's true.
Or as the theme song lyrics go, I'm going to watch the basketball.
Let's go Colgate.
There's no soccer this weekend. They're on international break. There's like one Dutch game, and there's MLS, which I don't count as soccer. It's American, as the Iron Sheik would say. America, Patooey! I have no interest in like the fucking Major League Soccer, this fucking horseshit league. Like none.
Right.
So watch basketball. I'm gonna pretend that I know what I'm talking about and be like, oh, I can't believe this guy and his dribbling and shooting with the dribbling and the shootings and the passings.
How come bald guys can't just be bald? Fucking Sally's. What the hell, man?
There's BKFC. There's isn't there like a Bellator Championship Series this weekend too?
Yeah, somebody asked us about that earlier. I have no idea because I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bet like fucking Samford or I guess Drake. I got all the teams. Like I guess I gave Tommy $50 for nothing for our pool. For our pool, I gave him $50, and it's like.
Are you in the pool? Are you in Tommy's pool?
Yeah.
Oh, you know who created the spreadsheet for that?
I don't know. I'm never gonna see it because I'm probably out of it already.
Well, I can probably check for you.
No, please don't. I'm probably in last place. No, I got like one right, so I'm not in last. But like,
I only had 2 today, and they both won. Oregon and Dayton. So I'll probably lose all 6 tomorrow.
Are you in it?
Well, I created.
Are you gonna beat me in this fucking?
I created the spreadsheet, so he said that I should just pick 8 teams.
Dude, I had Oregon and Dayton also, man.
Oh, hey, high five to us.
I know, but I think everybody else I picked is out.
Well, I have Nebraska, so what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I saw it, and I go, Nebraska's in it. What the fuck?
I forget who else I have. I forget who else I have, but I know that Tommy knows who I have, and it's in Tommy's best interest for me to win because he knows I'm just going to spend it on us.
Like I have TCU, Nebraska, Oregon, Colgate, Alabama, Clemson, Wisconsin, and Dayton. I have no idea. I don't watch any. I
have 4 teams tomorrow. I had 4 today. I had Oregon, Dayton, and my other 2 lost. I think I had Samford. I can't remember the other one. And then tomorrow I have like James Madison, Colorado, and 2 other. It's all long shots. Like all I have. Auburn might be like my one that's not a long.
Well, yeah, because in this pool you get awarded points based on the seed that wins.
Yeah. So. Yes, Monk. I understand the concept.
No, I'm telling that you do understand we're live with 27 people in the room.
It's past the hour 15 mark. We should have been off the air.
That's true. I have to go watch Fargo before I go to sleep. I have two episodes left. I have to go see John Hamm and his nipple ring.
Actually, here, I'll say this. So next week, even though it's not a pay-per-view, I'm doing the prop show. I'm doing props to consider. My dude, Finesse the Books, is going to graciously come on me. And then the pay-per-view week is in 3 weeks. And I'm going to try to pull like a weird thing where I get Cody Brundage and Bo Nickel on the same show without telling them.
No,
neither one of them watching right now. With neither one of them knowing the other one's going to be on the show. And I'm just going to do this the whole time. Yeah.
That would be the greatest thing ever.
I mean, Cody's an easy get. He'll come on. Like Cody will come on. That's the easy get. We're going to dress Tommy's kid up in all Penn State shit. And like just have him beg Bo to come on Uncle Lou's show. And Tommy's wife is gonna hate it, but she'll get over it.
Yeah, she'll get over it. Of course. I don't know. Are you talking about the John Hamm season?
You're crazy.
I'm 8 episodes in. And it's fucking phenomenal,
dude.
It's so good.
Crazy, Garrett. You're crazy. Wow, this was a really good Munch. Is just Munch versus Malvo for me. Just do an off the books episode of Munch versus Malvo hunting each other and murdering Key and Peele repeatedly. Like just let them dress up as different characters and like keep getting murdered for an hour.
Yeah, do it every week. I'll watch it.
What's Malvo's line? The maps used to say there'd be dragons here. Just because they don't say it, don't mean they're still not here. Like,
so good. Oh my god!
Good. I got nothing to promote. We will see you next week.
Absolutely. That's one I didn't watch, Steve. I didn't watch Shogun. Yes, everyone watch Shogun right now. It's so fucking good. Yeah, as usual, we want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.